Oh boy. Right, I sold my camera. So you're probably wondering why in the world would you sell your Sony a7R III? I mean, it's an amazing camera. It's a 42 megapixel beast that also shoots in 4K. It's like the perfect hybrid camera. Yes, the Sony a7R III is a 42 megapixel beast, and it is first and foremost a photography camera, then a video camera. Now, don't get me wrong, photography is and will always be one of my biggest passions. It's just that film will always come first. And for me, I wanted a camera that focused more on video, then photos, and not the other way around. Now, let me say again, the a7R III shoots amazing, beautiful 4K video, so if you do have the Sony a7R III, don't fret, but there are some things that are lacking in the a7R III as a video camera, and frankly, things that I look for as a filmmaker. Yes, I want a full-frame 4K camera, I want good in-body image stabilization, I want a light body, I also want to shoot incredible stills, I want really good autofocus, and lastly, I just wanted a camera that was lightweight, versatile, and dependable, but just focus more on the video features than the photo features. And so I got a new camera, and you probably already guessed it, but I sold my Sony a7R III for the Sony a7 III. My gosh, why would you downgrade your 42 megapixel camera for a basic camera, as Sony puts it? Well, my friends, it's actually not so basic. So there are a few things on the a7 III that I prefer over the a7R III, and it's these. Both cameras have a full frame sensor. However, the a7 III has a 6K sensor, where the a7R III has a 5K sensor. So technically, footage shot on the a7 III are slightly sharper than footage shot on the a7R III. Yes, okay, that may be a slight advantage. I mean, there probably isn't that much of a difference when comparing both footages, but there's more. I wasn't a big fan of the autofocus features on the a7R III. It kind of kept jumping around everywhere, and I've used a Sony lens onto that Sony body, and still, sometimes the autofocus would hunt a little bit, where the a7 III reminds me of the Sony a6500, where it just kind of catches on and it's almost intuitive when you're filming with autofocus. Plus, there's a lot more autofocus points on the a7 III versus the a7R III. As far as in-body image stabilization goes, the a7R III actually was better because it had 5.5 stops of image stabilization, where the a7 III just has 5. That doesn't really bother me too much. I mean, the stabilization on the a7 III is still very, very, very good. And so for half a stop more of stabilization, I don't know I can justify paying an extra $1,000 on the a7R III when the a7 III is just as good. But the main reason why I sold the a7R III was the price. I mean, right now you can get the a7R III for $3,000, but with the a7 III, it's just $2,000, so that's $1,000 difference. I just couldn't justify shooting with a $3,000 camera that focused more on photography than video. It just made sense for me to have a camera that focused more on video instead. But that's not to say that the a7R III is a bad camera at all. In fact, it's a very, very good camera. It's a very good video camera. And after playing with that camera for about a year, I could definitely say that the a7R III is geared towards more for photographers who happen to shoot video. But I just never needed those 42 megapixels when it came to photography. I mean, I'm quite happy with the 24 megapixels coming from the a7 III. Again, if you are someone that focuses more on photography than video, then the a7R III is probably a really good solution for you. But for me, as a filmmaker first, the a7 III seems to fit the bill. Okay, I get it, Sid. I understand why you sold the a7R III, but there is something that kind of lingers, and I kind of want to know. If you sold the a7R III and then bought the a7 III, that means you had some extra cash laying around. So what did you do with it? Well, there is another reason why I sold the a7R III, and it was probably the deciding factor for me to actually do it, and it's because I got this. I got my baby back. A6500, baby, back in action. Ooh. Ooh, plot twist. So I've actually thought about this for a very, very long time. In fact, I've been thinking about it since I broke my original A6500. It's a very, here we go. This is my, this was my original A6500. I mean, prior to getting the a7R III, I have absolutely loved shooting with the A6500. And so when I broke the camera, I felt like a piece of me died that day. This camera, given its limitations, forced me to be creative and shoot some amazing things. And actually, this was the camera that grew my YouTube channel to what it is now. And just before I broke this camera, I was in a season where I was ready to have 2 cameras. You kind of need to have 2 if you have a filmmaking tech channel. But yes, with that extra money, I was able to put that into getting another A6500 and Sigma 16mm lens. Oh, it feels so cool holding 2 of them and twins. Wait a minute, Sid, that doesn't make any sense at all. Sony is just about to announce the A6700 or A7000. Why in the world did you get an A6500? Well, hold on, Bobby, just chill out. Yes, I'm aware that a new Sony camera is imminent, but all the more reason to have an A6500 because I can compare this camera with whatever new camera Sony puts out. But also, a lot of you guys have the A6500 and a lot of you guys have the a7 III. Not a lot of you guys have the a7R III, even though the a7 III is similar to the a7R III. Wow, lots of letters and numerical values. But on a personal level, it makes sense to have the same cameras that you have so that whatever thing I learned, whatever technique I learned with the a6500 or the a7 III, I get to share with you guys, because I want to remind you that this channel, even though it's a filmmaking, storytelling, tech channel, this channel is all about you, about helping every single one of you become better storytellers than me, and that's the truth. Anyway, that is why I sold the a7R III, but let me know what you thought of this crazy decision. Do you feel the same way? Do you think it was a stupid thing to do? Either way, let me know in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, tons and tons and tons of exciting new content coming up leading up to Christmas. I'm super excited about it all. But thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!